Hello again, everyone, and welcome back. In this episode, we arrive in the capital of the Yukon, Whitehorse, where we'll enjoy a majestic view of snow-capped mountains, the world's largest weathervane, Whitehorse's very first skyscraper. We'll hike Miles Canyon, and we'll stop by the famous SS Klondike as we leave the Alaska Highway and turn on to the Klondike Highway on the road to Alaska. From Florida to Alaska, from the East Coast to the West Coast, join Jane and Steve celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary, traveling across North America in the cool Nana Coach, their 27-foot Freedom Elite Class C motorhome, as they visit the many beautiful points of interest in all 50 United States on their golden anniversary adventure. Our camping plan for Whitehorse was originally for a 2-day stay. However, there were no vacancies at the local campground, so boondocking at Wally World was our next best bet. As always, I reached out to the store manager to ask his permission to spend a night in the parking lot. Much to my surprise, he said no. The company policy is no overnight camping. I was not just dismayed, but puzzled, since there were no less than 25 RVs camped out there already. The place looked like an RV dealership. Actually, there were more RVs there than there were ordinary cars. The manager told me there would be notices placed on all the RVs later in the day, and they would be subject to tow. Very unusual. I contacted the Pioneer Campground about 2 miles south of town, and they said they had a caravan leaving in the morning and they could have a site for us then. So, tomorrow morning, it'll be off to the Pioneer we go. But tonight, we'll be staying at Wally World. Pioneer was very accommodating. They had full hookups, a laundromat, a rec room, their own gas station, an RV wash pad. They even had a phone booth. Incidentally, this is the very last Walmart for the next 650 miles, and we did not receive the threatened notice overnight from its manager. Whitehorse is the capital of Northwest Canada's Yukon Territory. Whitehorse is known for many things. It played a major role in the 1898 Klondike Gold Rush as a supply center for prospectors and stampeders heading to Dawson City. The SS Klondike is the name of the steam-powered sternwheeler pictured here and is a National Historic Site located here in Whitehorse. The second of two by the same name, they ran freight between Whitehorse and Dawson City along the Yukon River. The first from 1929 to 1936, and the second, an almost exact replica of the first, from 1937 to 1950. Klondike 1 was built by the British Yukon Navigation Company in 1929, and it had the distinction of having 50% more capacity than a regular sternwheeler, while still having the shallow draft and meeting the size requirements in order to travel down the Yukon River. Klondike 1 had a cargo capacity of 270 metric tons without having to push a barge. In June of 1936, Klondike 1 ran aground north of the 30-mile section of the Yukon River. The company salvaged the ship's boiler, engines, and many fittings to build Klondike 2 the following year. The remains of the hull of the Klondike can still be seen at low water by canoeists on the Yukon River. Klondike 2 carried freight until the early 1950s. Due to the construction of a highway connecting Dawson City and Whitehorse, many Yukon River sternwheelers were decommissioned. That highway is the Klondike, which we're going to be traveling on tomorrow. For our next stop in Whitehorse, we drive a few miles south of the city to see and explore the Miles Canyon. The most dramatic natural feature near Whitehorse, Miles Canyon is where the Yukon River has cut its way through a flow of basaltic lava, revealing colorful cliffs of volcanic rock. During the gold rush days, the fierce rapids of Miles Canyon posed a significant danger to stampeders, but the canyon has since been tamed with a dam and is now a popular recreation area for locals and visitors alike. The area offers a well-established network of hiking and mountain biking trails throughout Miles Canyon. From the parking area, the view of the canyon is so incredible, so we decide to make a trek down a set of stone steps and take an abbreviated hike on the Yukon River Loop Trail to get a good look at the basalt walls of the canyon and the Yukon River rapids below. The area is pristine, beautiful, and very photogenic. Ooh, I don't know about these stairs. The Robert Lowe Suspension Bridge spans Miles Canyon and offers fantastic views of the canyon. The bridge was built in 1922 and dedicated by Governor General Lord Byng. Robert Lowe came to the Yukon in 1899 and had a mining interest in the Whitehorse Copper Belt region as well as a successful cottage business. Robert Lowe became a long-serving local and territorial politician. I took a short pause mid-span on the bridge and got a great boat pilot's view of the canyon below. I couldn't resist getting some photos of the rapids and the colorful canyon walls. The views are just breathtaking. But we finally continue over the bridge and resume our hike. It's a shame our time here is so limited, but we still have a very, very long drive to Alaska, and we have to be on the road again in the morning. And we still have other sights to see here in Whitehorse as well. So onward we go.
If you like our videos, please ring the bell, and if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and help us grow our channel.
we happened upon a small group of travelers from Estonia who are also enjoying the hike and watched them take a somewhat precarious position to watch a pair of kayakers navigate the canyon waters below. We highly recommend travelers include a visit to this beautiful recreational area. One Whitehorse landmark, which looks as if it's dated back to the Gold Rush days, is really of recent construction, although its designer and builder came over the Trail of 98. Referred to by local citizens as the Skyscraper, the 3-story log building with its 2-story neighbor on Lambert Street counts as one of the town's favorite tourist attractions. The Douglas DC-3 aircraft holds a special place in locals' minds in Whitehorse and anyone who has ever visited, despite potentially not even knowing the model of the aircraft. The reason being, DC-3 CF-CPY is there to greet them upon their arrival. CF-CPY began its life like many other DC-3s as a United States Air Force aircraft. In 1981, CPY would be given a new lease on life and have her wheels leave the ground once again. CPY would be placed on a rotating pedestal, acting as a weather vane. The DC-3 still sits on her perch, located in front of the Yukon Transportation Museum. To wax poetic, gently rotates at the slightest breeze, always facing into the wind as if trying to take off for one more flight.
We hope you enjoyed traveling with us on our journey to Alaska, and hope you'll join us on our next episode of our Golden Anniversary adventure, The Road to Alaska.